Hello, I've just been informed that if you wish to look fly like Ella and myself, then you should click your way to creative.com. On this website is remarkable designs, t-shirts, jackets, hats, hoodies, sweatpants, and more to come. We also have courses if you're looking to advance in your musical endeavors. Once you visit our website, it's pretty awesome. But once you make a buy, it's remarkable. It supports the channel and me. Please don't tell Ella I said that, but he has not paid me yet. So buy away. Let's continue this journey in creating a movement of creatives around the world that can create with their inner creative juices. Musicians, music producers, beat makers, singers, club promoters, whomever you are in this industry, join me while we expand. As Ella always says, stay creative without rules, but I have another saying. May the creative forces be with you. I made it up myself. Some people may think I'm Ella, but I'm really not Ella. He doesn't look anything like me. This commercial is now over. Back to the video.
Hmm. What's up, guys? Ella from Creative Sound. We are live right now, and I'm just going through some sounds in Arcade at the moment. And so this video will be create the beat using Studio One and Machine. So a lot of you guys will love this video because that is the question. You guys wanted me to do more stuff like this. So here we are. We are live. So you can ask me questions live on air, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. Right. So we got our first commenter, Taxi Williams from Houston. What is up? Thanks for joining. Yeah, yeah. So stay tuned for a good video. I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. But yeah, feel free to comment and all that good stuff. I really like that. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead. I don't have an idea. All right. So I'm gonna make sure that's quantized. And we're gonna bounce this in place here. And voila. I'm gonna go ahead and just normalize that, maybe, perhaps. Where is that button? The normalize button is what we're looking for. It is somewhere around here. It is hiding somewhere around here. I forgot where that was. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it. Where are you hiding? Oh. It was hiding somewhere. So I thought it was hiding down here. Here we go. In my face. Bam. In my face. What's up, super fast? I have Studio One. I have Machine Studio. What is the best way to make a track? Because I'm new to all of this. Which arcade line? This is the, what is this? Trash drums. I think that's what that is. Yeah, trash drums. And it's the repurposed. That's what I'm using right now. All right. So, super fast. Thanks for joining. Hopefully, I can show you the best way to use Studio One and Machine. Hopefully, I can achieve that for you. All right. This is a process I always use Studio One with Machine because it gives me the best of both worlds. So I'm gonna mute this right now. We're gonna start off with working with four, yeah, 4 bars maybe. Yeah. So we're gonna loop that. And so inside of Machine, okay, I thought I fixed that. Machine is upside down. It's not how I like it. So let me fix that right quick because I don't want to confuse any of you guys. I don't want you to turn your head all the way upside down. Like what? Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. And let me. Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right. So inside the machine, you know, maybe I should unmute this. Let's see. Let's see. Nah, that thing is super loud. And of course, you know, we gotta add some effects to this. I would add a filter to it, but I like the red light distortion. They should change it to distro because that's what I always want to say. Let red light distro, but it's the district. No, red light district. No, red light distortion. That's what it is. This is distortion. Gosh, yeah, yeah. I love it. It always it always get the job done. Okay, so in machine. All right, let's go to some stuff. First off, I'm gonna find some loops. See if I can find some loops that kind of goes with what we're trying to achieve. Hmm. I didn't have an idea to go slow on you guys, but that actually sounds good to me because I do a lot of R&B for female artists. So this might be a good one to start off with. Kill two birds in one stone, right? All right. So let's see. So first of all, as you know, you can't control the transport buttons down here when you're inside of another DAW. That's the downfall there, but that's fine because my keyboard over here looking pretty can handle that type of task because it's DAW Studio One DAW integration. This is the complete control S32 model here, and it can handle that because yeah, it's just that great. All right, I know you can't really see, but you know. I like that already. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. I could hear a song, like already. Let me just go ahead and just put it together. Boom. Yeah, let's duplicate that right quick in Studio One. Um, and in Machine, what we're gonna do is let's hit Arranger, hit Shift Arranger, and see what's going on. Okay, so that idea is in pattern one, scene one, and so let's go to song and start to pin this down. Let's scene one, okay. And for that pattern, let's double it. Make it 8 bars instead. I probably should have a machine up as well just to kind of show you what's really going on. So my goal is to make machine follow what Studio One is doing. So right now we got 8 bars. Right here we got 8 bars. So all I did was in pattern one, I just doubled it, make it 8 bars. So now when we hit start, I always want to hit start on the machine, right? That's natural, right? That's something that Studio One should be working on, right? Right. Let's turn that down just a slab, just a slight. All right. So let's go to the top. All right. So we're gonna focus. Actually, I should make this go. Yeah, well, let's just focus on this section right here. So inside the machine, we're going to duplicate this. Okay. There's a difference. There's ideas view and then there's a song view. So right, you gotta like let's go back to scene. Um, so there's different functions. You got when you hit the scene one time, and then you got shift scene or shift section. So what I want to do here is duplicate that, and I'm doing all this in song mode instead of ideas view because I'm working in song mode right now. So here's the next scene right here, and it's unique. It's already unique, right? So this is scene one. This is scene two, technically, but it's scene three. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's a different number from the first one, because I actually want to do something extra here. So anyway, I'm gonna label this one as sample, and we're gonna go ahead and go to group B because I want to start adding drums in here, and I guess we can just label that as drums. Yes, 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 yes. And before we move forward, I do want to let you guys know that I have products available, right? And I would really love for you guys to support me in what I do. I have t-shirt line, obviously. You can go to it's a pinned link in the comment area, or if not, you can go to creative.com, KREATVE. Is creative spelled with the K without the I. Just remember that. .com. You can go to the shop section and you can buy a variety of styles of t-shirts, hats, accessories. I got stuff for your laptop. Um, I think I got stuff for mugs. I got stickers in there. I mean, I'm trying to hook y'all up. Make y'all look fresh out here when y'all, you know, repping the community, right? So yeah, I appreciate that. Also, I just finished the new machine basic course. So I already had a course in machine, but it's outdated. It was outdated. I did that in Machine Studio. So if you guys still have Machine Studio, then well, it's still kind of outdated because the program itself, the software made an update. There was an update that and updates came out. A few updates came out after that video or that course, right? So so even if you have a Machine Studio or other models, I do the course in Machine, the MK3 version. So um, you can still follow along. I'm still showing, just the workaround this thing, and the software is the same on the Machine Studio, so it kind of doesn't matter. So there's a sale going on that on the site. It's creativeu.com. So KREATVEU.com, spelled the same way, creativeu.com. You go in there and enroll in your course. There's a discount all over the place. So y'all get in it now. You can you know get it at a good price. All right. Thumbs up on the video. Appreciate thumbs up on the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I love new subscribers. Welcome. By the way, if you're new here, welcome to the channel, and I welcome your likes on the video. We are live right now. Let me see what's going on here in the comment section. Texas said, I think we're real close to S1 update, at least 4.7 or maybe 5.0. It's possible. It's possible. I'm looking forward to that. G'd up Beach, a creative. Have you ever used FL Studio? No, I haven't. But I watch a bunch of videos of people working in FL Studio, but I never had a desire to actually buy it. So, but no, I've never. Evo, what's up? I'm looking forward uh to S1 4.7. Reese is in the building, guys. Numbskull, what's up? What's up, everybody? All right, back to the beat making. All right, so let's get it cracking. So where were we? Yeah, we was building something in Machine. So if we're looking right, okay, so everything is okay. Let's bring that back. Okay. All right. So we want to keep going, and I want to duplicate that to the next scene because now I want to add something totally different. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to like go back and forth between Machine and Studio One and keep everything lined up. And I think just based on how I hear it, I already know I'm going to need to duplicate this whole section. So I'm gonna just go ahead and extend this out to what's the 16 bars. So let's go here. Appreciate the thumbs up, guys. I really do. Um, okay, so we're working on one shots now. We're done with the. Okay, would you shut up? Okay, let's see. Uh, what type of kits will work for what we're doing here? 808 kit. So let's play the song here. Let's see. All right, so I want to be careful. I'm going to unloop this if it lets me. And that's the funny thing. Like inside of plugin mode, you have very tight limitations. Okay, so I'm gonna have to unloop it from here because I don't want it to be constrained to this one scene right here. So because I needed to go between 17. No, I need to go between 19. Hey, what is going on? Hold on. Wait, let's get that back. Let's start it from 9. So scene 5 is actually I was jumping the gun. That's not even what we're working on, but that's cool that's right. Well, I don't know. I'll leave it there. Actually, I have more than enough. Scene 3 is where we working. Okay, whatever. Let's go. Let's play it from the beginning because I need to hear what's going on. Okay, that's right. So 9. Okay. Definitely not that kid. Um, Let's work with that one. Something like that. I would turn my fixed velocity on, and I hit. Uh, Let me go here. Turn my fixed velocity all the way to 127. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put kick right there. Sometimes things don't come in at one, depending on where. So I kind of hit the a little bit before one or before nine, and it created this here. So I don't want that. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm also going to delete it here because I'm not ready to work on scene 4 or 5. I can actually delete those altogether because I'm not even that far down. In fact, I will do that. I'll delete that, and I'll just remove that. Okay. And right out the back, I do use effects inside the machine. Yes, yes, I do. That's, that's way too much. I don't know why my screen is flickering like that, but bear with me. So how long have I been using Studio One? Man, I've been using Studio One since Studio One 3.0 came out. So that's been like maybe 5 years, maybe a little bit over 5 years or so. And yeah, I've been loving it ever since then. Okay, let's go. Let's go to one shots. What's up, Reese? Creative You is a site. Yeah, so check this out. I'm gonna just type it in real quick just so you guys find it. creativeyou.com. Basically the way I spell creative on this channel. It's spelled with the K without the I, you, creativeyou.com, and you can access the course. There's also a free course on there right now. So I mean, if you want to do that, but it's free. You get what you get. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get. You need to find like a snap. First of all, let me turn this one down. I do like that snare, so we're gonna save that, and then and so automatically, I guess I just was inspired, and I decided to like do something and send it to this artist that I'm working with. So you kind of getting like the best of both worlds right now. I guess I could use that too, but I want to put that one right there. Um, what's in this kit? I haven't. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, I like that. I like that. Uh, I'm gonna put that right there, right now. Just placeholder, just till I find something else. So if we say, oh, my screen, man, guys, please forgive my screen. My screen have a mind of its own. What's up, Scrub Beats? What's up, Lux? I'm giving NI's uh Paralight, Farlight a demo right now. I don't think I have that, but that's what's up. Let me know. Let me know how you like it. My 2010 Mac is having a hard time with these presets. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? CPU's definitely working hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's amazing that Max is holding out. I have a 2010, and I just upgraded mine to 2019, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I like that one. Let's add that one now. So for this finger snap, let's do something with that. Maybe let's put a high pass. Maybe yeah, make it dark. Oh, actually, let me show y'all what that look like on the other end. So this is what it kind of looks like. Oh my god! And I'm looking at my screen, just doing this flicker dance, bro. I don't know. That's annoying me. If it's annoying me, I know dang well it's annoying y'all. But y'all just rocking with me. I appreciate it. Uh, Numbskull. Where did I get my pack from? Which one? I'm going through several of them. First of all, I started out with arcade, which is trash drum. I got it's like a little drum sample I started out with, and then I moved over to machine real quick, and I am using me change some colors around. You know, I got to make it pretty. So inside the machine, I am using like several. I'm pulling from several kits. I pull something I downloaded from sounds.com. So I'm just so right here. I'm going to like. I don't need that anymore anyway. So I'm gonna go to back to machine, and I'm starting to like get in and okay. So okay, if you guys see this before, and I actually explained this in my course, but you can either like what's going on here is looping. This pattern here is set to 4 bars, and instead of it cutting off at 4 bars, it's actually looping. So like this next section is like a ghost colored because the scene itself is reaching beyond that 4 bars, is reaching all the way to 8 bars instead, right? 8 bars. And so it's just gonna loop until whatever, until I extend it. Like I'm going to go here and say shift double. So now I have the true like the true length. I can go and edit it because if I left it where it was, I wouldn't be able to do what I need to do here on the end of it. So if it was still looping that, I'm gonna go back. So if I needed to do something at the end of this I guess ghost pattern, it was going to be the end of 4 or the 4th bar within this pattern, and I don't want to do that. I want to be able to do something on the actual the 8th bar. So let me do that again, and because I want to cut the drums out like in here. Before I do that, I'm gonna duplicate this first because I want that scene again. So I'm gonna duplicate that to, I guess it's scene 6, and I'll rename it verse just so I know what it is. Scene 3 is verse as well. Let's rename this verse, and it's very important that you label stuff because I already have a few scenes here already, and I will forget what it is. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, so we got that going on right there, and for the intro, I want to let's go back to intro and duplicate that. Sorry guys if I'm moving fast. Third position, I break this stuff down. I slow it down in the course that I have on the Creative U website. I also have one-on-one. You guys want interested in doing like one-on-one sessions with me? I have that going on. Okay, so this can be the break. Right there. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's duplicate that. So let's play that. Let's unloop. Okay, cool. So let's so with this verse, and it was the reason why I wanted to keep that other one. I'm gonna keep this verse in here. Actually, I'm gonna rename it because now I'm making it my hook. I'm also change that as well because trust me, it pays off big time. And here in Studio One, not so much, but in Machine, it makes a huge difference. Oh, this is the break. Duh. Let me extend this. This is gonna be that. That's this is. Let's get that right there, and that's gonna be the verse. Cool. Give it a nice little color, whatever. This is actually gonna be the breakdown. Gotta spell it correctly. And right here, I'm going to make this the chorus or the hook. I know it's a bummer, right? Like you gotta take a moment and label stuff somehow, just kind of get a keep things organized, because otherwise you'll be getting yourself in some deep crap later on. All right, so if we coming out of this, oh, definitely want to make sure we save this. Very important. TR210, what's up, bro? Let me see. What's your question, bro? Can you show me how to make good bumpy drums? Cause mine's now sounds weird, not like a vibey hip hop track. Kind you feel it and want to jump and dance. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we can do that. But first, you gotta be sure to be subscribed. If you are, I appreciate it. If not, then hit the subscribe, hit the like button. We could definitely get into some stuff like that. Let me finish this though. All right, so bass. Let's take our loop and create a bass line. Where's my bass line gonna come from? It's gonna come from one of my favorites in this video. I need to crop this because I'm sure y'all want to see what I'm doing over there. So give me a second to crop that. If I can. Can I crop you? Yeah. Let's zoom in a little bit. Move it off to the side. You know what I'm saying? All right. Cool. 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 So I got my favorites. Um, I love modern sauce, but I can't I I can't use the pitch bend like I want to. So we're gonna use um, let's use massive. Let's use massive. Drag that over. TR. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just wanted to make sure, you just never know, Um, I know I don't really know all of you guys that follow. It seems like whenever you guys build the courage to comment, you know, it'd be somebody new, and I'm thinking that wait, you guys don't comment all the time, or you're not able to make it out to the live sessions, or comment to any of the other videos that I post on this channel. By the way, appreciate you guys. We are like approaching 15,000 subscribers. I definitely appreciate it. It's kind of hard to keep up with 15,000 people, so I don't know like who's who. Nope. So first things first, we're gonna go here, and you know the crazy thing is, I never remember. There we go. It sent you 8. I need to remember that. Let's turn the glad up song. So get some distortion going on. Maybe not. I'll get some distortion from somewhere else. All right, let's play. Let's see where we at. Wait, let me get my bass line. No, I don't want. Maybe right there. Something like that. So let's see. Let's get my cut to right quick. Where are you? Right there. Right there. Up. Right there. Change my tool. Let's nudge that down like somewhere right there. I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah, wait. Or maybe an octave higher. No, don't like that either. I don't like that either. That's what I said I didn't like originally. Now, whatever. Let's leave it there for right now. Let's see what the red light gonna do here. Oh my God. That sounds so good. Let's find some hats. Now, this is the part where I go back to arcade and we're going to play inside of I'll give y'all a break from the screen because this is Kind of like that. All right, let's bounce that. I'm gonna label that. Bounce that in place, and cool. I'm gonna go back in and see if I can find something else. Let's see what this does. Okay, let's see. What does this sound like? Hmm. Mike, what's up? Just tuning in from work. Man, having fun right now. Thanks for asking. Yeah, TR, yeah, I actually do pay for a monthly subscription. I mean, it's $10, but I do get what you're saying. I had a talk with one of my buddies, and he was like, you know, you saying it like it's, but when you put this and rent and car payment and um light bill, phone bill, and all that stuff, and then you add an extra $10 on top of all of that. Like he had a valid point. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I definitely get it. Um, I guess I'm just fortunate. I also have those type of bills, but I make a sacrifice to pay $10 a month for it to work to have a library of stuff or have access to a library with a company that's always updating it with new sounds, so I can be inspired and I can get paid working with new artists or whatever. That's kind of how I look at it. I look at it as an investment, and but I do get what you're saying. I have a lot of plugins that was just a one time price, and that's it. I own it and stuff like that. But like, I think the only things that I have that I'm paying a monthly subscription on is Arcade. ArcadeSounds.com is another one, and Loop Masters is Loop Master is different. Loop Master is pay per need. I think you buy a amount of credits, and you have those credits until you use them up, until you need them again. It's not a monthly thing, but it's whenever you need more credits. So Loop Master will probably be, and it's the same stuff. Like it's a gang, it's a slew of stuff. I use them quite heavy. I use them just like I use Arcade, but it's like it just depends on what I'm doing. Like for something like this, I would use Arcade for. I would use Loop Masters as well. Loop Cloud. That's the name of the actual plugin. But it's like a library of like a bunch of sounds, and And yeah, it's pretty awesome to me. I love the stuff that come out of there. I use them especially for like um, film scoring type stuff, because they have a nice library of stuff like that in there. And for stuff like this as well, I definitely. But I just feel like Luke Cloud is the link is in the description, by the way, if you just want to check that out. Luke Cloud happens to be like, I don't know. It kind of has a different. It's like DAWs, the different DAWs. Like if you work out of Studio One, Pro Tools, Cubase, Reason, FL Studio, you know what I mean? Ableton Live, that type thing is like it has a different vibe. It's a different vibe that comes from it. Arcade is more so like quick inspiration. Get in there, do what you got to do, get out, and you know, Loop Cloud is more so um uh, they're like they're kind of similar to sounds.com or Splice. Like you can find things based on kits and or you can pull out of those kits. You can just pull what you need out of those kits or you can just download the whole kit, like the entire library. Um but like I've been like the type of stuff that I've been looking for when doing like commercial TV, film scoring, like orchestral type stuff, I find stuff that's way more useful inside of Loop Cloud for that type of purpose. I'm not arcade. I do find. I ain't gonna even lie. I do find some pretty cool stuff that I can add using that type of stuff. But you know, t- it's more epic stuff, and if I can say it like that. But anyway, yeah. So appreciate you guys for joining. Focus is here. He's in the building. What's up, my dude? There. Yeah, awesome guy. Appreciate him. I was just on his live feed, his live stream like 2 weeks ago, and we cooked up a beat live. It was unbelievable the way that we tried to do that. Like he came up with a loop, sent it to me, and I'm working with him while he's cooking live on his stream, and I'm in the background live with him trying to cook up something, like collaborate live. It was crazy, but I had fun. So yeah, Focus is that guy. Check him out. Follow his channel, of course. Yeah. Anyway, Rodman, what's up, man? What's going on, bro? Your two screens, same PC or those are different PCs? First of all, I use Macs. And second of all, yeah, it's two different systems. This is my iMac here. It's running, and this is another Mac in the background, just running videos. And there's a third Mac over there. Yeah, I am a Mac person. Yeah, I couldn't do all of this and try to stream at the same time. That's impossible. So I have separate systems doing things. Yeah, I don't my computers is not that powerful. I could do it, but like I'll have so many problems. Yeah, Mike, I like your point. I'm gonna throw that up on the screen. I like your point. To the point I was making earlier. It takes money to make money. That's definitely true. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, gotta invest in yourself. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. Um, it's expensive. It's really expensive to be a producer. It's crazy, right? Because people wake up they just wake up and like, man, I want to make beats. I want to make beats like all these, everybody else making beats, but you gotta buy the equipment and when you thought that you bought a good program, you got a decent equipment, and you get some sounds from somewhere, and then you hear about arcade. Okay, it's a monthly thing. Like, I ain't got money to, but I'm gonna show y'all some. Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna keep working, and I'm not trying to convince anybody that you need arcade to do what I do, but like this is why I use arcade. I have arcade in my setup, and when I'm working, because yeah, it's just add things that I couldn't really find anywhere else, or I could, but arcade does it so much better. You know what I mean? And once you download it, it's yours. You know what I mean? Like it's there. Um, let me play. Let me hit play. And of course, I'm gonna add give me a second. I'm gonna put a filter on this. Let me put a filter on this right quick on this other one, because it's yeah, trying to make it less harsh. You know what I mean? All right, so let's go back into arcade. So if we in arcade, we going to find this other line. Let's see. Let's find the key. All right, let me fix that. Appreciate that focus, man. I've been studying your style, man, and I've been trying to like bring it up a little bit. So I can't be embarrassing myself on the stream, and I know focus gonna show up. I can't, when I hit that play button, it can't be a disgrace. Oh man, that was a joke towards my boy Focus. Like, that's my dude right there. Okay, let me see. I got an idea. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna play with the octaves. Yeah. Something like that, you know what I mean? And those are key switches. All right, let's bounce that down. Bounce it in place. Should have relabeled it before I did that, because now it's gonna say the same name as the previous bounce. But that's fine. That's fine. I could change it. Whatever. Let's change the color. Something like that. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. You know I'm laughing at you saying you studying my. I know. Like I suddenly imagined that and cracked up because I knew I knew that would. But seriously, like I had to take a swig of this delicious beverage I have. But yeah, seriously. Um um you fire over there, bro. So it's like, I got to think second about what I do. I'm like, man, I can't be bringing no whack stuff to the stream no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring it up some. All right, let's listen back to this. Let's see what's going on. Hey, we learn from each other, bro. Let's add it. Let's add that in there. How about that? That crash should be hitting right about there. Let's see what happened. Oh, there we go. Sometimes things don't hit on one in machine. All right. I like it. I like it. And then like what I'll do here is actually duplicate that. And of course, inside the machine, you got to duplicate that section as well. I can right click here and say, hey, duplicate that. It is duplicated, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to also relabel this hook, and that's the first section of the song. And then obviously I'm thinking I can just duplicate that section all over again. And see, the thing is, in machine, oh man, machine is not so forgiving when it comes to that. Everything works in scenes and patterns, as you can see. So in order to do something like what I just did, so simple in Studio One, it is not as simple in machine. So, but it can be actually, because I can actually come here and say, I'll just have to do something like this as soon as I switch over. Okay, so how about this? Let's blow it up, right? So y'all can see what's going on. So in machine, okay, if I go back here, this is kind of where we were. You know, this is what we was looking at on the screen inside of Studio One. But in order to like get the patterns, and this is the reason why I labeled everything. You really can't see it that well, but everything is labeled. So that's good for me because so we stopped that hook. I have, let's see, I have two hooks in here. So this is the last hook. It's kind of weird. Like, why is it okay? Anyway, so this last one here, the white one, I can say I'm gonna activate that one, and it just say sing. I promise you, that's what it say. So it says sing, but I can go here and say, oh god, okay. So I need to get out of this. All right, this is a better view. I was in ideas view. Okay, scratch that. Let's reverse that. That's the part I'll probably cut out in editing or whatever. But we're live, so whatever. So okay, so we got intro, verse, breakdown, hook, hook. Right, I duplicated them both. So the next one over is this one, right? So then I could say, I want to go back to the verse right there. The next one, I want to go to the breakdown. There's the breakdown. Right here, I want to go back to the hook. Boom. Bring the hook back up again. All I did was duplicated what I had before. Now, when you do it like that, that's great and all, but do keep in mind that if you make any changes to like the second hook, like the second time around or the second verse, you want to make sure that you hit unique. There's a button up here that says unique. If you don't do that, you're going to make an adjustment to all of the things that has this in the cue or in the rotation of the song. So that's the thing you want to be careful of. So like if it's gonna do the same exact thing, if I'm like, and most likely I won't, it's not gonna do the same thing for me. I'm going to make some type of changes because that's just, it makes the song more interesting. You don't want to do the same exact thing. So I definitely will hit unique to make it unique. Because if you could see, like right up in here, you can see they're doing the same exact thing. This verse is the same as this verse. That breakdown is the same as that breakdown. This hook is the same as this. This one, actually, this hook is the same as this one. All of these are the same. These three. This one is a little different. Whatever, right? But they still the same because I didn't make any changes in this pattern. If you kind of understand where I'm going with that. But I'm going to make some changes. So I might want to say unique. So once I hit the unique, it just made it as scene 10, but I'm going to relabel anyway. So verse 2. And I did all of this in my course. This is all available in the course that I have on the site, creativeu.com. If you guys visit the website, if you want a breakdown as to how this is working, like, breaking it down. Like I go from start to finish, making the beat in Machine. I just did a course like a week ago, a couple of weeks ago, you know. So yeah, I break that type of stuff down. So anyway, so that's what that is. So we listen to this from the beginning, the beginning. Studio One is the future, homie. Check it. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Joshua, is that how you say it? Yeah, of course. Makes sense. Appreciate that though. You never heard of Studio One. That's also interesting. Why am I using Studio One instead of Pro Tools? Should I address that? So TR wants to know why ain't I using Pro Tools? Why am I using Studio One instead of Pro Tools? So basically, Studio One is better than Pro Tools. I'm just throw that out there. No, real talk. I was joking. I don't want to offend anybody that's working in Pro Tools, but basically, so the reason I'm using Studio One is, to me, it's easier. Number two, Pro Tools does not have MIDI support, or is the MIDI is clunky. The MIDI is very clunky. Making music in Pro Tools is not how things go. That's not how this is just terrible trying to make music in Pro Tools. There's going to be a lot of people who's going to tell you that. Pro Tools still sits on the top as industry standard because most big studios still have Pro Tools. Pro Tools is still being used in the industry because that's, again, most experienced engineers in that field use Pro Tools. Pro Tools is still used by a vast majority of people who's been using it for years. Um, Pro Tools is great for mixing. I use Studio One for mixing. However, I use Studio One for mixing and music production for stuff like this. I do film production in here using MIDI, y- in the MIDI editing, the tools and things that's available for us doing this type of music or any type of music that is. It's not easy doing that in Pro Tools. There are some people who use Pro Tools, but it's not it's not the same, right? So that's the reason why I use Studio One over Pro Tools. Pro Tools also, I started out in Pro Tools, so I could speak for that workflow. I started out using Pro Tools. That was years ago, and I kept experiencing error messages. And actually, this still exists to today because I have some buddies who still is annoyed by error messages that just randomly pop up for no dang on reason. So that's the reason why I use Studio One. Now for music production, the better question might be, why aren't you using Reason, or why aren't you using Ableton Live, or um Logic Pro? I use Logic Pro here and there. Um, the answer to most of those questions is I don't own any of those, but those will be something you can kind of put up against Studio One, like Reason, Ableton Live, Bitwig. Um, did I say Logic? Yeah, I said Logic. Cubase is another one. Those are the type of dolls that you could put Studio One in the bunch. Pro Tools stands outside of that world. Like Pro Tools, like in music production, you hardly ever mention Pro Tools. You just don't mention that. It's in you bring Pro Tools back when you start talking about mixing. So then you could say mix. If you mix in a project, Pro Tools, Studio One, mm, maybe Cubase. Um, a new one now is Luna. Luna by Universal Audio. They've been doing a lot of beta testings and going live, talking about the ins and outs and stuff like that. Luna is a solid one that's hitting the market. I think Luna it can possibly shut down Pro Tools. Possibly that could be the new standard. I don't know. But in terms of mixing, that's when you bring up Pro Tools. But I'm not saying nobody is working in Pro Tools as far as music production. Now, music as far as like Pro Tools music production, bringing that in as like in the mixing stage, um using that with film, you know, editing to film like that. Yeah, but like what I'm doing now, creating a beat like from scratch, not Pro Tools. Uh, Pro Tools is not. It's not going to be a part of that. Um, TM in the settings, you can make MK3 duplicate scenes and patterns as new scenes and patterns when you duplicate them. Do you use that? Hope that makes sense. No, no, I like Machine the way I have it set up because I use by the way, I'm gonna throw that question on the screen just so you guys can see what questions I'm attacking. Um I this was someone else said something kind of similar to this in regards to I'm trying to remember what that question was, and it was God, um something about switching something, and I like Pro Tools. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Pro Tools. I like Machine what it does now, where I can hit the shift function to do because I do use a lot of these functions without the shift function. So if I'm going to duplicate, like um I don't want it automatically doing things. I like to to have the option to double and duplicate or whatever. Um yeah, that's just kind of how I like to do that. So as far like I do know what the settings do, but like, you know, I kinda like it this way better. I like control. Like I like to control and well, if you make the settings, yeah, you still in control. But I mean, like I like I've been working like this for years, so I'm kind of used to the workflow. So you know, that's the deal. That's the deal with that for me. um, he said take it easy. Um, so um, hopefully TR you didn't get offended by my answer. I'll just kind of help you understand. But um, since Scrub brought it up, um, um, I certainly don't hope to offend anybody on the stream or whatever. Um, that's not the goal. That's not the goal. So if you were offended, I don't think he was offended. I mean, but if you was, then forgive me. That I promise you that was not the goal. I was just shocked that you didn't hear about. Well, maybe not. There are some people who don't know anything about Studio One, but I mean, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. What's up? What's up, Rob? Um, what's going on, man? Appreciate you joining. K Money. K Money. Oh, what's up, by the way? I'm having trouble getting my VST plugins to work in Machine. Can anyone help? That is that like what questions do you ask first, right? Like, okay, first of all, what platform are you working on? Is it Mac? Is it PC? Um, Second question is, have you ever been able to get your plugins to work before at some point? Um, the third question would be, um, is Machine installed on your computer? Like, is everything installed like correctly? Is it everything is updated? Um, the plugins you have, you said you can't get them to work correctly. What do you mean by correctly? Can you see the plugins? Of if you could see the plugins, because the other thing is you may not know where to find the plugins because it's a little different in Machine. Like if you need to go to like third third party plugins, I can show you the screen. Like for instance, let's go here. Like say for instance, you needed to go. Yeah, really, all your plugins should pop up like this. It should be laid out. This is Native Instrument. Their plugins, and then here's the internal, like the stock, the legacy stock stuff. That's what I like to call it. Um, but you have to go through the computer to find that. You can do it from the machine itself, but like for instance, if I click over when I press this button where it says a vendor, I can I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you probably can't see that, but I can like let's see if I can. Man, this thing keeps switching back and forth. It's crazy. Okay, say for instance, like if you on like if you're using the machine, like if that's where you're trying to access those third party, you have to toggle over like that, and then you can see all of the plugs like this. This is another way to find them. Now, if you're not able to see that, um, I don't know. The other question is, are you able to see these plugins in any other DAW? That's kind of like, there's so many questions to ask. So yes, everything is updated. Yes, but they always disappear. Like, what do you mean by disappear? You mean like after you shut down the computer and turn it back on, or like you can see them here and then while you're scrolling, they automatically just disappear. Like they're just, or like when you put it on the track, it's on there and they disappear. Maybe you put them on there and you don't know how to access them. I don't know. You know, again, I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm just trying to you know find out exactly what's going on. Okay, you see them. Okay, if you have any trouble with plugins, if you have any trouble with plugins, then the first question I ask is, are they legit? I tried to steer away from asking that question because you know that is a good one. That is a good one. Rob, that's an excellent question. You have to ask that because when you have cracked plugins sometimes works and sometimes they don't. Because the other factor is if they're cracked, there's probably an update that came out that you don't have and you probably don't know about because you're not getting those updates because you don't technically own those plugins. And it's just one of those things, but that's a great question. Um, right, because like yeah, because the next level will be to contact the sales support or whoever the support is, and if you don't own them, you kind of like you just out there, right? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Um, Scrub Beats. Say when I use a machine in Studio One, do you do all your arrangement in machine and not Studio One? No, actually, I do all of mine. Oh, it depends. Like for instance, this is what I got going on. So, like, I have the arrangement in Studio One here, and I also have the arrangements here. So, I'm making both these platforms line up. Got my intro, verse. You know what I'm saying? Like they all kind of line up. There are some times where I just only need like a 4 bar drums or 8 bar, whatever, and I'll take that and hit this button over here, hold it down, and it does that. Drag it. I'm not dragging it because that's not what I'm trying to do. Drag it on to the arranger and it puts it there, and then I'll just disable machine. I'll do that sometimes. It just depends on the vibe and what I'm after. Whatever vibe I'm going after. It depends. Um, but yeah, I usually do arrangement in both. If I'm in machine standalone, I'll do the arrangement in there. You know, I'm versatile in both on both platforms. You know, I have no standards. I just go how I feel. If I feel like doing it all on the machine, I'll do it all on the machine. That's kind of where it is for me. Uh, Evat, what's up? Nice logo, by the way. I like that a lot with the yellow and the white. Like it half circle. No, that's not a half circle. That's actually it's like a 3/4 circle, something like that. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. I like it so much. Let's put it on screen. What do you think, or would you like the S1 4.7 update to bring? That's a good question. I actually addressed that in a separate video. What are the things you would like to see? I called it Studio One 5 because I just kind of felt like I don't. Maybe it's time for 5.0 to come out. I don't know. But I did do a video. I went live one time and I was asking everybody what did they feel like they wanted to see in 5.0, and I definitely addressed what I want to see. I think for me the biggest thing, either 4.7 or 5.0, whichever one, I don't know, the next update, right? The thing that I would like to see is the MIDI to be a lot better. And so far it seems like my MIDI is okay. That could be because I updated my computer and it handles it better. I don't know. I digress. But I still think it could be better. I still feel like other platforms like Logic Pro or Machine even handles the MIDI a whole lot better. It just handles it a whole lot better. And Studio One has not been able to hold me down as far as that. I also wanted to see more creative tools in Studio One, like stock stuff. Like we already got note effects. We can do arpeggiators. We can do chord to quarter where it can, different chords. You can, program your own chords in there as well. Um, what else? It has some type of automated filter thing in there. And then you got your basic effects or whatnot, but it's not like Ableton Live, where like you can grab a device, drag it in, and everything pops up on the bottom of the screen, and it's like, uh, you know, I can see what those plugs are doing like real time. Studio One is pretty good for that though as well. Like you can see the EQ curves in the channel strip itself, and then you can see the gain reduction if you got a compressor on the channel. I mean, it's good for that, but that's about it. In Ableton Live, you can see the devices on the bottom. You can see them all jumping and moving around and automating and things like that. And you can see the realistic live performance of those plugs, stock stuff, right? Like you don't have to go and grab third party plugs to achieve a simple filter. Like right now, there is no simple filter in Studio One. It's the EQ, the parametric EQ, and that's it. Um, to get that simple stuff, I have kilohertz. Those plugs I can grab a filter and they do like high pass, low pass. You know what I'm saying? Different curves, doing like that or like this, or I think going outward like crazy. But it's simple. It's real simple. Tape stop again with kilohertz. It has all of that. I can tape stop the session. And give me that effect as a transition in my song. I use that all the time. Um, you know, stuff like that, like simple things like that. Ableton Live has like a few type of compressors in there that does. It's pretty cool. Like I'm leaning more towards that. Like I like that type of stuff, which is the reason why I bought Bitwig. Bitwig has that same vibe. Bitwig is cheaper, um, but I do like to push. I like to push too with the Ableton Live, which has me on the fence about buying it because I do like to push. I like things that are integratable. You know what I mean? Like I like that. And that's the reason why I put out a video about integration with the keyboard, Native Instrument keyboard in Studio One. since you can integrate your keyboard with Logic Pro and Cubase, how come we can't get that in the Studio One? So in 4.3, that's when they came out with that integration. Big ups to Personas for doing that. But it was like we had to cry about that. You know what I mean? Like it was like it was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, that's what it is. What's up, T Dub? What's going on? Um, that's kind of what I would like to see. Those really are my main things. Um, Everything else would be like being petty. I do feel like there could be like more improvements with the impact drums, the sampler that could be improved. Have y'all seen what Apple did with Logic? I did a video on that too. I was playing with the samplers in there that's associated with their drum designer, and they got this thing called Simple Sample and then Sampler. There's another sampler in there that it, um you can sample instruments. Yeah, it's crazy. Like you can sample every third. Like as it's crazy. I'm not going to even attempt to explain that. It's just pretty awesome what they're doing in there. A lot of people are saying Ableton Live ripoff. That's kind of cool. That's cute, actually. Um, yeah, there is a lot of things in Logic that reminds you of Ableton because with the clip views, the clip, um, uh, yeah, like the clip launching. But I don't really understand how they are doing that. Why would they say that? Because GarageBand was doing that. I feel like all they did was collapse the two worlds, the GarageBand stuff you do in GarageBand and Logic Pro, and they just collapse it together in terms of clips and in range and stuff like that. They were doing that, but but still, I GarageBand could be what actually stole the idea from Ableton Live because Ableton Live has always been what it's known for, the way they're set up. Like that's Ableton Live's flow. That's their workflow. So I give Ableton Live that. Yeah. So Logic does have some things that remind you of, yeah, but it's still kind of cool because dolls are now doing that now. Like DP, Digital Performance, doing that now. They have clip lounging. Come on, I almost bought that because I like that workflow. Machine has that idea with Ideas View. Come on, right? It's there. It's definitely there. Um, if you want to be petty, and we were doing that the entire time. Like for those of us that don't have Ableton Live, when you take your loop bar and loop it 4 bars or 8 bars at a time and then constantly loop, that's like a way of looping a certain section because that's all clip launching is. You just launch some clips, get some stuff together real quick in that 4 bar loop. It's the same concept, you know what I mean? Like it's Ableton Live just have a better way, a yeah, a super cooler way of doing it. And then you can take that and like you can with Machine, create different variations of that 4 bar, and then when you're ready to like piece it together, then you can say, hey, I want scene 1 to go there, I want scene 5 to go there, blah blah blah. Just like you guys see me do. Same stuff. Ah, Kai, it came money after I shut down. I can't see them when I restart. Oh, let me see what you said before. I have Captain Plugin, Hip Hop Creator output. Some don't show up. You have a PC, so a PC is out of my RAM. automatically. Just let you know. Um, yes, but they always disappear. Yes, everything is updated. Yeah, I'm sorry. Um, K Money. I'm sorry if I'm not helpful. I use Macs, so I can't really say why. Because there could be something with PCs. I don't know. You have to consult people who use PC in order to see what's going on as far as that. That sounds like a PC problem. Like I could help you like inside a machine, like regardless of what platform you're using, but like if you can't see your plugins, I don't know. I don't know what that could possibly be. And I'm guessing you answered the question when we were talking about it when we was asking if everything was legit. If the answer to that question is yes, everything is legit. I have serial numbers to all the stuff. Then um, the easy way would be to reach out to. You said all your plugins, and you list several of them, which means it's not a problem with one. It's just the issue you have in period. Um, that could probably be a machine problem, but that's a problem I've never seen before. That's the first time I've heard anyone who say that they have plugins and they can't see them and they just disappear. But it's there, but it just disappear. I've never heard of that before. So it could be a PC problem. You know what I mean? It could be like the way that machine is. I don't know. Um, the last resort when experiencing problems like that, machine the folks over at NI is probably going to tell you to reinstall everything. Um, Usually that problem happens when you have demo versions of stuff. Like um, if you can't see, gotta focus my camera. If you can't see, um, yeah, you have to that's a I really don't know what to tell you. I've never heard of that one. Um, I know demos does that. If you have a demo of something, weird something weird happens because they want you to buy the plugin. So I say reach out to NI, send them a support ticket, see what they say. The other factor is actually reinstalling reinstalling the machine. That's going to be the last result. I know you don't want to do that, but that's just kind of um do you have enough memory on your computer? You know, do you have enough space, hard drive space? Um, those are other factors. Because if you don't have enough space on your computer, you're gonna experience all types of like weird problems. So that's another factor. All right, let's read up on some of these other questions. The overall Logic Pro 10.5 update score is 9, but 7.7 because its update was 6 years ago. Too late in terms of quick sample EXT24. You are correct. You are correct. I agree with you 100%, Rob. That's the reason why I moved from Logic to Studio One. I think here's the thing with Apple and Logic. I think they have like a I feel like their developers is like seasonal. They have a meeting once every 2 years and then they make these overhaul updates, and then you don't see or hear from them in another 2 years. That's kind of how I feel. And you know, they need a staff that can stay in front of Logic and like push them out. Cause like I do remember when I was in line, like 9.0, it seemed like we was in 9.0 for 10 years, bro. Like it just, we were excited when 9 came out because I was in 8. I was using Logic ever since 8.0. And then when we went to 9, it was cool, but there was like a few updates and then like that was it. Studio One hit the surface, you know what I'm saying? It's like everything started to happen, and it's like I was thinking about moving to Reason. I was thinking about Ableton Live. I was thinking about several places to go to next because, like, um, I felt stagnated. You know, the stuff that in 9.0 you know what we were doing, and then everybody else was like doing something, whatever. It was, yeah. It's like whenever they felt like putting out an update in Logic, they just put out an update. You know, just yeah. Teed up, what's up? Sway, what's happening? You feel the same way about MIDI? I know what you're getting at because I was talking about MIDI in Studio One. So yeah, yeah, appreciate you agreeing with that. Yeah, that's one of those hurdles that we haven't crossed over yet. So we'll see. Um, say what to know about kilohertz, bro. Those plugins are real good, simple but does the job. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Um I have the kilohertz through Slate, the Slate bundle. So um as soon as they put those out on the market, I started using those, and I was like, man, this is amazing. And I just continue using them. You know, they are really good. Like to your point, simple, clean, they do the job. I like plugins like that. They do what they do, and because it's straight to the point, I feel like it's real light on my CPU. I don't think it do anything. It does what it's supposed to do, like simple functions. But Studio One don't have simple stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna weigh in too much there. Um, I'm still using Machine MK2. Is it worth upgrading to MK3, or should I just get a complete control keyboard? That's up to you. That's totally up to you. Do you feel like you need a keyboard? That keyboard is about $500 or cheaper, depending on which one you go for. But that's totally up to you. If you're using Machine very heavily, like I am, coming from an MK2 is definitely worth the upgrade because MK3 brings in the Machine Studio, like yeah, like you know, the bells and whistles that makes Machine Studio what it was, like a powerhouse. That concept came over to the MK3 with the small form factor. Like it's still the same size as the MK2, and they widen the screens. We got bigger screens on here. I think it's a substantial upgrade. I think it's a, but it's not going to be up to me because you're going to be the one that's dishing out the money, and you the one that has to adapt. Does the student, does it, is that, if it is it worth it to you? That's kind of something you can only answer. I think it's worth it, but again, I don't know your workflow. I don't know what you do. Are you a board player? Are you using another type of keyboard? Um, are you the person who uses like machine? Like, are you in the ecosystem? Like, you have the um, complete ultimate. You know, do you use the instruments? You know, like, if you are able to do, if you are able to do what you got to do in machine as it is, you may not need a keyboard. You just may not. I don't know. That just depends on you. But I mean, I have a link for that. Like, if you want to check out the MK3, it's in the description. You can just click on it and take you straight there. You don't even gotta search for it. I made it easy for you. Um, so that's that. Yo, the live. Quick sampling Logic Pro. You can drop from sample and optimize it. We'll find the key and key drag it across the keyboard. You ain't beating that. Again, Rob, you making valid points, bro. I'm saying, like based on the update that Logic Pro did, Studio One got to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Because in Logic Pro, although they take their time with updates, they get it right. I give them that. They get it. They get the jab right. They doing some big things over there. Um, I like I like doing stuff over it, but the reason why I'm in Studio One is somebody gonna ask that. So you just, man, it's like you just really really praising Logic Pro. Why you ain't just go Logic Pro or go back to Logic Pro? Because there's still some things in Logic Pro that I like better in Studio One. Studio One is faster. Studio One, you can achieve stuff faster, and it can also be because of some of the things that I like to do in Studio One that I feel is fast. I can't do in Logic Pro because there's a different route or a series of routes to achieve the same stuff. Um, so it's like I'm not willing to go back to that workflow, but what they doing over there is pretty dope. It's like one of those, like, man, yeah, you know, yeah, I'm happy for you. Yeah, yeah. It's, when you hear something good about a friend and they got into something, it's like, yeah, that's great. Like, in your mind, it's like, wow, that's really awesome, you know. But it's not enough to make you follow that. It's not enough to make me switch over and say, hey guys, you know, it's been good working in Studio One, but now I made my transition again back over to Logic because now we have simple sampler over there, and we have this other sampler that works well with drum design and all of the cool things you can do. We can play with clip launching, and we can do this and that, and we can optimize stuff. Like, it's not enough to make me switch. I go over there anywhere and dabble and stuff, and I'll do a couple of beats over there, but then it's like I'll come back over to Studio One and do my thing. Or machine, I do beats in there. I can do a beat from start to finish. By the way, I have a course for you guys. Machine Basics. I've just completed it. It's over on the website creativeu.com. So you guys feel free to indulge. It's spelled creative, KREATVEU.com. Just throw that out there. Got complete control S61 MK2 a year before I got machine MK3. Now that I have the machine, I wish that I got it instead of split instead of the complete a year ago. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm sure you find, you know, your groove somehow, in there. It's all good. I felt like that sometimes. Cameron Jackson, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, yeah, K Money. Yeah, just um man, I'm sorry I couldn't help you. Keep me updated on that though. Whatever you find, keep me updated. I'd like to know how well you're doing as far as that goes, because I do know how frustrating that is not to have your plugins to work like it's supposed, like it's intended. You're watching me live on my stream, and I'm just pulling up plugins at the plugin, and they all work perfectly. And it's like I don't know what I would do if my plugins don't work. Um, but I am a little more technical, so I'll go in and figure stuff out because that's what I do. That's with any music producer. You got to go in and you got to figure stuff out and see what's going on. Um, but that one I've never experienced that one. I've Like I said, the only time I've seen a plugin go in and out like that is if it's on the demo version, and that's because it was designed to do that until you pay up. And so plugins just do weird things like that. Um, Seeing the plugin and it's not being there like the next moment, that's above me right there. If you said that you had plugins on your system and they all of a sudden just appeared, you can't see them no more. That would have been easier to troubleshoot because I could have went like, well, maybe your plugins are not updated, so you got to update it, or maybe when you updated your OS system, those plugins became incompatible with your system. So that would have been an easier way to tackle that. Um, but the plugins going in and out, and you see them and then you don't see them. Man, I've never heard of that one. T Dub says the Machine MK3 is just so much more versatile in about every way, apart from playing keys. If I were to go back in time, I would have just got the A series because the machine basically does everything. Again, that just depends. And I agree. Machine is definitely versatile in every way possible. But it just depends on you. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm coming from. Like if you feel like you need a keyboard, are you a keyboard player? You know what I mean? Like keyboard players need a keyboard, and that's what they will gravitate towards first anyway. People that are into beats, drum beats, banging on pads, they obviously go grab something with pads. Now that's their thing, and I mean it's always a great combination to have, like you know, pads and the keyboard next to it because it just makes sense to me. But you can achieve a lot of those same functions. in Machine MK3 on its own, or any model. You can have any model. It doesn't matter. But you can do keyboard work inside of the machine. You can go to chords, you can do arpeggiators, and you can follow scales in there. You can do everything from the machine. But again, it just depends on you and where you're trying to go. Oh, Mr. Mentor, I am a beginner at all of this. What do you think about FL Studio 20? I think it's dope. FL Studio is dope, period. Do I use it? No. I do not own FL Studio, but I think it's great. I watch the videos of other people do their thing in FL Studio. I think it's awesome. I think there's definitely a lane there for beat makers. Absolutely. Is that something I will buy in the future? Maybe not. I know FL Studio. I've known about that. That was probably the first internet. I mean, not internet, but computer program that I found out about that you can do computer music. Like, but I've never. Actually, it was Pro Tools. Pro Tools was the first, but whatever. Um, FL Studio was it was Fruity Loops at the time, right? That's what they used to call it. I've never had a desire to grab Fruity Loops. I've never had a desire to grab FL Studio. So I've always been able to do what I have to do inside of programs like Logic Pro or Studio One because I also record vocals. I do the whole thing. Like I'll record bands and then I'll record vocals. I'll record background like BGVs. In some projects, I record choirs, depending on the project I'm working on. Um, I'll do live recordings and using things like Logic or Studio One gets me where I need to go. So I kind of just keep a program that does majority of the things that I needed to do, which is Logic Pro, Studio One. You know, it was Logic Pro at the time. Logic Pro had held me down. I was doing everything in Logic Pro until I moved over to Studio One. So Studio One is holding me is holding it down, for that type of stuff. So when I'm doing beats, usually after this, like something like this, I'll send this off to one of my artists. They write to it, they record. I'll have this like printed up or whatever. Now we're ready to record. Put that on top, or I'll bounce it down and send it to a studio where they will record the vocals and then send it back to me. I'll mix it down, master it, and that's it. It's off to the masses, or someone else will mix it and master it. It just depends on the direction of this ordeal, depending on who I work with. So, um, Studio One standalone coming in fall. Hey man, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me, bro. Studio. It said standalone machine standalone is coming in fall. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it, Rob. It said that's insane. Why can't Studio One give us what we want, please? Um, I agree with you. I agree with you. But they doing the best they can. They doing the best they can. There's a lot of things that we've asked for and they actually came through. But there's a lot of things that we asked for and they haven't came through. So it's like you can't get everything right. I think they take one from everybody. My thing was integration with native instrument stuff. It took a while, but they finally came through. It was something else I was asking for. But it's also one of those things where in the forums, whatever you guys want, go to Studio One, go to the Personas website and type what you want in the forums. First of all, look for what you want. whatever you got that you want. Look for the topic in the forum, and if it's something that aligns with what someone else said, similar to what you're wanting, just vote up on that because they look at the post in terms of how many votes it got. If you pounded the vote button on the thing that you want, they will move that to the top for the next update, and that's kind of how it works. It's like requests are made by users based on the amount of votes. If it's not enough votes on it, they not gonna put it in there, and this is how it goes. So I mean, they pretty decent. What you're saying is they're not fast enough, and I get that too. Like man, if only if they do this, do that. Machine standalone. Okay, I read that already. Hey, do you use a jam on the right side of you? Yes, I do. I don't use it as often as I like, but yes, I do, and that's the reason why it's right there. I recently put the machine jam right there just so it can encourage me to use it more. So I'll get into it. I'll kind of use it a little bit as I was making this beat earlier, and I was like, okay, trying to get familiar with the steps and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean this, and it only works with studio. I mean not studio, machine. This thing is also it triggers Studio One. I said it that way. Basic stuff. I can't do much with it in Studio One, but I do have it to where I can play and stop, and that's it. That's all it will do. It won't like make beats or anything like that. So um big native instrument sale in July or get rid of Machine Studio and MK3. That's what's up. That I mean, I'm not getting rid of anything. Like I'm a collector. I collect I have the MK1, I have the Machine Studio, I have the MK3, I have the Micro 2, and I have the Complete Control S49 Mark II and the M32. I think that's everything I have. And then plus I have all of the ultimate versions of Complete. Um I have another keyboard by them, but it don't work. Like something was wrong with it. It's the A the A series, the A25, and the keyboard bed doesn't work for whatever reason. So I never really talk about that because I don't. Oh, and I also have the Audio 6. I think that's what you call it. They sent me that, and I use that. It's connected to the next computer. Um, yeah, I'm a collector. Um, I I love their products. So yeah, I think those things are just gonna, if I'm not using, they're gonna be hung somewhere in a plaque. I'm never selling them. I don't have a reason to. They all work perfectly. Um, I know I had several stations around the house. So what I did was I plugged up like my machine like at a different computer. So if I catch an idea down that way, then I have a machine over there and I just get to work. I'm weird like that. I have a machine in my room. So if I guess I catch a idea, turn on my computer and just get to work. So I mean, they come in handy. They're very useful. Several setups. I have one I keep in my bag, like if I'm going somewhere or to the studio or whatever, stuff like that. Travel package, travel setup. Studio One need to update, impact, and sample one, and I'll be good. I made that statement earlier. I agree. I agree. Uh, Apple takes too long to update, but when they drop an update, it has been. Yep, yep, absolutely. Okay, I think it's all good. K Money, it's all good. We'll get it. Like I say, just um, it's a good thing that you're new. Just stay in contact with me. Um, and maybe I can just make some suggestions as to what you could do, as to how you can fix your problem. So, hopefully you get that fixed soon. Because that I feel I feel for you. That's not a good feeling. Um, and the fact that you're new, you should not experience that. That's again, I don't know. Said sorry you yeah. I mean, you really not bashing. It's just a preference. That's why I'm Mac. It's everything Mac for me. Um, yeah, PCs to me, I don't know. That's a topic I'm not going to get into. But like PCs does have like a tendency of not being the best selection, not being a good choice for like music. Some people use it for music, but I, all of my buddies have Macs. All of my buddies have Macs. It's probably like one or two that have PCs, but like everybody in my circle have Mac computers. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of been like how it was when I first got started. I remember when I wanted to get started, everybody had Macs, and I'm like, I'm stacking my paper up. And I'm gonna get a Mac. They're expensive, but I gotta get a Mac because if I want to do it and I want to do it big, I gotta get a Mac. Everybody has a Mac. Everybody doing anything on the Mac. iPhones weren't out yet, so I had Android at that time. But when iPhones came out, it was like, wow, it's crazy. I never got an iPhone because I felt like it wasn't big enough for my fingers. I felt like it was a toy. I don't know. It was like what is this? I'm not buying that. But all of the music producers was buying iPhone. It was like if you was doing your thing, if you was like superstar, you like you know what I mean. You working out there in the industry. All of them had iPhones. Everybody in the industry had an iPhone. I'm like, man, I gotta give me an iPhone. But it's like when they make a bigger one, I'll buy it. And that when they came out with iPhone 6, I bought it. I was in. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a part of the. Yeah, I'm doing it big now. I'm I'm one of them now. You know what I mean? It was like a different type of feeling. 6 plus. That's what I had. I had the 6 plus. And I don't know. I'm not saying if you don't have a Mac, you can't make great music or you can't do your thing. That just was. It's just everybody around me had Macs. If you was like, it was almost to the point where you can almost make an assumption that if you have an iPhone, you are a music producer, fashion designer, um, club promoter, uh, something like that. Like creative people, like people in the lane of the the multimedia world, like cool people. You know what I'm saying? Like the cool people had iPhones. The Android users was like they just had Androids. It's nothing. You know, people I don't know, CEOs, corporation people that Androids. But I take that back. They don't now because like all of them have iPhones now. It's like in the corporate world, everybody has an iPhone in the corporate world. I've seldomly jump bumped into anybody who has an Android, anything other than that. But most people have iPhone. But anyway, I'm. How did I get off to that? I don't know. I asking because those are two in the right complete control and the machine. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, the machine, the machine in the jam does work well together. Absolutely. It's like if you're interested in the jam and you have a machine, yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. They definitely work together. You know, it's like it speeds up your workflow. As long as you know like step sequencing, you know you could definitely uh achieve what you're trying to do really quick. Which is the reason again because this thing was sitting back here, it was collecting dust, and I was like, you know what, I need to bring this up because I need to make this a part of my, you know, I'll play around with it, but not really. But yeah, it's right there, so I can kind of like get the workflow going, bring it up just a little bit closer. Plus, it look better on camera, so that's another reason. I have Ovation keyboard. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I was asking. Okay, Luna is gonna take over. I got to put Rob comment up there. So Luna is gonna take over and shut down Pro Tools. I have the Apollo Quad and Eve extension and UA Mood synth. I'm telling you, no soft synth comes close to the UA Mood synth. I don't know if if you repeating what I just said earlier, or if you feel that way for real. But it's cool because it goes to show you that we think alike because I said that. I said okay, okay, what's going on? We got to get it back. Since my camera's acting up, I'm gonna switch. Just gotta get the camera back. But I'm gonna keep talking though. So I feel like me and you on the same page, Rob. Because I said the same exact thing. And um I feel that way strongly about Luna. I really do. I feel like Luna is that thing that's gonna change the game. Let me see if my camera's back. Okay, the camera's back. Yeah, I feel like Luna is going to step aside, Pro Tools. It's a new sheriff in town. You've been here way too long. Pro Tools needs they need a competition. Um, Luna, I think, again with Luna, I will. I don't have it, so I can't really say. But based on, and I follow those guys. I follow the Universal Audio folks. Um, I don't know if music production is a thing when it comes to that platform. I kind of don't look at it that way because I feel like it's really designed. It's like what's that other one? Not Mixcraft. It's another one that's out here that's really good and it's really mainly for mix. Not a lot of people know about it though, but it's really cool. If you're a mix engineer, that's something to look into. I can't think of it. Can't remember. It's another one like that. But I felt like Luna is gonna be the next thing. It's gonna be the next Pro Tools. That's what I feel like. The way it's set up is so sweet. Like because it's coming from UA, right? It's coming from the folks, the people behind the analog gear. That's what a lot of the plugs we use now, with the vintage plugins, 1176, the 2As and stuff like that. Like I feel like a lot of that, folks behind that type of stuff, when they put out something, oh, it's gonna kill Pro Tools, bro. You know. So I do feel that way, 100%. Um, what's up, Matt? What's up, brother? What's your take on DistroKid? I'm hearing some not so good things about them regarding them switching to hip hop, EDM genres. Are they really legit? Yeah, DistroKid is legit. Um, I did a, I really didn't do a review, but I did talk about them on a video, and I mentioned them a couple of times. Um, I don't. What type of stuff are you hearing? I don't think there's anything bad. I do think they're faster than CD Baby. Like I've been using CD Baby for years, and then when I got on with DistroKid, um, I haven't submitted anything yet. I haven't submitted. I have an account. I had an account with them. It's probably like 3 months, 6 months, maybe whatever. But um, um, yeah. What are you hearing? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you're hearing about them. I mean, I do hear some people are not satisfied because they don't really understand what's really going on. But me personally, as a professional that's been doing it for a while, I do like this for kids. I do like the model, like the direction. I feel like, first of all, when you sign up, I have a link. Do I have a link? There might be a link down there somewhere in my description. Help your boy out. I got a affiliate link with them. But uh, uh, first of all, if you go through my link, I don't know if it's in the description or not. I don't remember if I put it there. You get, I think it's $7 off. First of all, so it's like you come in already with a discount. You know what I'm saying? And then each year it is a month. I'm not a monthly, but it is a yearly subscription. However, the things you want to think about is if like you're one of those persons that's constantly like releasing stuff, trying to get stuff on iTunes, Amazon, that type of thing, and you getting it in, like that would be the way to go through DistroKid. If you go through somebody like TuneCore or um, well, I can't throw TuneCore in there because I never use them. I have buddies who use it, but like CD Baby, for instance, with CD Baby, you're paying per song or you're paying per album, right? DistroKid, you can upload as much as you want. You can upload 200 songs if you want to, and you're not paying for any of that. You're just paying the yearly subscription, which is probably $20. If you go through me the first year, I think it's like, I forget, like $10, something like that. I don't know. It's very a low amount. Um, and they got some pretty cool features. So I mean that's my take, but I don't know. I think they're legit, like in terms of like getting your stuff up on there and you being straight. Studio One cannot give us everything because there are a lot of license and patents on intellectual property that you can pay and develop on your own. They got a way it costs too. That's a good point, and I think that is, I think that has something to do with the integration with native instruments as well. Because I reached out to them, like, I was like, what's up with that, integration? And their response was, well, we waiting on native instruments. But um, that certainly wasn't how everybody else took it. They was like, man, what's up with Studio One? And then Studio was like, well, we ain't the one who's holding y'all up. This Native Instruments is gotta like get everything going. So I don't know. Like that's a good point though. That which is the reason why I think that personas take the route of creating their own way or their own lane in a lot of things on because of that, to avoid that, which is why they came out with the Atom. They came out with the Atom. Well, that's not the reason, but I mean the idea behind it, like, okay, let's do our own thing, and we can make the money. We can make money. Shannon. Who is it? Who's it for? Is the big factor. You know, I I kind of have an idea of. I always I always think of things that gonna possibly get me in trouble. I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm not gonna even mention like the type of people it's for. Um, it's a different type of people who will use machine, if that makes sense. Or like the type of people who essentially use Studio One versus somebody that uses Ableton Live. Let you think about that. Let me sit that on your dining room table and let you like process that. um, I have buddies who kind of like make judgments as to who Studio One is for, and I just laugh. I just laugh. It's certainly not for us type of people. You know what I mean? Like this type of music. That's not Studio One wasn't designed for that. I'm in here making it do that. Like I just my style. I take my style wherever I go. That's kind of like the whole point. You you don't follow the DAW based on who's making music and what DAW. You take the DAW and the stuff that the DAW does in terms of workflow. You take it and make it work for you, and then you do your thing. That's where that's my approach. I do like Ableton Live though. I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump the gun on that and spend all of my money, spend all of my chips on Ableton Live because I really do like it. I have a lot of buddies who work out of it, but I really do like the workflow. I love that push. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but I do love that push. Focus music is still here. You know, that's awesome. Do you feel the Studio One stock instruments are good enough for beats? No, I don't. And I hope you subscribe. I Scrub Beats. I sing you on here. I think you subscribe. I hope you subscribe because I keep it 100. I don't think Studio One stock stuff is good enough for beats. I really don't. Um, but can you make beats with the stock stuff? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You can. You can make beats in here using the stock stuff, but um, unless you know how to manipulate the sounds and do different things in there, like playing around with the features, the effects and stuff like that. Um, but if you're gonna use stock stuff in Studio One, you better go get you some third party plugs. Now the stock plugs are pretty decent. I use the EQ all the time. I use the compressor all the time. I use what else I use? I use red light distortion all the time. You guys seen me put it on 3 different tracks, bro. Like I use that religiously. I what else I use? I do use now like okay, that's stock stuff. But they're the stuff that's in the fat channel, which is their analog emulation of the 76 or the 2A or the what's the other one, the pool tag. Um, it's one in there. It's a Neve EQ in there. Those stuff are dope. Those are dope. Um, but that's not stock. That's by personas. Like it's in there. It's in there. You get to that stuff through Fat Channel, which is theirs. The emulation of all of the other stuff. I mean, it's theirs, but it's you know what I mean. Like that that doesn't come with Studio One. You have to buy that, or um that actually comes as a magic. What is it? Magic something. Like if you buy the Atom Pad and they give you that, or if you, I don't know. I think they give that to you now. I don't know. Like, but when I got it, it wasn't free. It was a cost. Of course, I didn't pay for it. They just dropped it in my account because I had to do a review, and I still ain't do a review on it. I got to do a review on it. But that stuff right there is dope. But in terms of like the stock instruments, like Mai Tai and Presence, um, now the Impact, because if you buy the Atom Pad, you do get a nice amount of loops and samples and stuff like that that comes from MVP loops. Those stuff are dope. You can do your thing with those, but like synths and you gotta go and get and grab something from somewhere else to um. But see, that's the thing though, like, cause that's the point that I was getting at when I was like, you know, who's Studio One for, right? If you go the Ableton Live route, you get a slew of sounds that comes with it. You go Logic Pro route, you get a slew of sounds that comes with it. You go Reason, you get a slew of sounds that comes with it. Um, Pro Tools, you get some sounds. Pro Tools is almost like Studio One. It's not going to be a slew of sounds because it's not really a music production platform. Studio One is not a music production platform, but they give you a lot of nice tools for editing MIDI. However, it needs some help, right? Um, but you're not going to get a slew of sounds in Studio One because it's not really for that, right? I just make it do that because I use complete control, like the complete ultimate. I have plugins, instrument plugins that do all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where it is, which is the reason why I use Machine a lot. Like that's that's kind of my reason why I add Machine to the workflow because it's like it completes me as a producer because I can push stuff in using the machine to do what I need to do. Yeah, now you guys kind of get where I'm going and like yeah, focus to hang them trophies. That's the goal, man. I agree. Ecosystem equals better workflow. That's what it's all about. Real quick, not to change subject, I'm using machine routed through groups in Studio One literally right now. I got the song done, and now all of a sudden my sample seems to change sounds. I'm gonna throw it on the screen. I don't know if anybody can answer that. Um, change sounds. All of a sudden your sample seems to change. I don't know. Um, I'll say something is triggering something. Only in playback, huh? Uh, I don't know. You gotta give me more info, cause I don't know what happened. Like, yeah, only in playback samples. I don't know. I need another angle on that one. That's why I threw it on the screen. Anybody can take on to that. That's how I started the PC and Android, but nothing being like Apple ecosystem. Sorry, nothing debating on this thing. It's all good, man. Yeah, I mean it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's totally true. Apple ecosystem is bananas, and the concept is transparent when it comes to music production. Like if you just can get in the ecosystem, which is the reason why I kind of want to Able to Live, like Able to Live, push, push, machine. They have a relationship. You know what I'm saying. I feel like there's some things integration wise definitely would complete stuff. Yeah, there's definitely a strong relationship over there. And I'm like, if I just go ahead and just buy into that, I might be at home when it comes to like music production stuff. But when it comes to film scoring, see that's the other thing because I do that as well. I'll have to jump back over in Studio One because I feel like what I can do in Studio One trumps what I can do in Ableton Live. And trust me, I've tried it. I tried using Complete Control. I mean, I keep saying that. I tried using Contact. That's what it is. Contact over there in Ableton and the routing, because I'm into the routing. Like the routing is not that simple. It is a headache. It's worse than Logic. Like Logic was okay, but you can't. It's not possible. It's possible, but it's like, oh my god, the things you got to do. It's not simple like Studio One. So now you guys can kind of understand. Like it's just some things you just can't give up. I just like it better in Studio One when it comes to stuff like that. But as far as like the workflow and like getting some beats going, definitely Ableton got that on lock. You can't see your 32-bit VSTs in Studio One. Yeah, cause I had this conversation with somebody else. Uh, what version do you have? That's the first question. Cause in artist version, um, it's there's a 32-bit download and there's a 64-bit download. So that you gotta look for either or. Yeah, that's just kind of how it works. But if you got the professional version, it's supposed to read 32-bit and no. If you're on the Mac, if you're on the Mac, you're not gonna see the 32. Um, you gotta buy. I forgot. I used to have this plugin. It was the Silent. Silent was a plugin that only was only 32-bit, and I had to buy this 32-bit converter. It was like another plugin I had to buy. It was like a bridge that allowed me to see that plugin inside of Studio One, or because I'm on the Mac. And but Silent had updated their system to be able to read 32 and 64. Like they updated it, so I didn't need that third party thing anymore. But I had to do that. I definitely had to do that, and I forgot the name of that. So I apologize. I forgot the name of that plugin. But on the Mac is different. Yeah, it's not going. You can't do 32. It's only 64-bit. No, bro. When you first seen my comment was I jumped on your stream. Have it shut you off? Have it shut you off for the truth you speak? I am consistently having battles with friends with Luna the Strump. Are you talking about when I lost video? Yeah, that's probably what happened. Have it got like, oh, really? Okay. Hit the button and I started having problems. I believe it. I believe it. Sway. Oops. Yup. 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 That's funny. That's funny. As soon as I started talking about that, that's when I had started having problems, right? Um, I've submitted. So focus. To that question earlier, focus submitted through DistroKid, and he's vouching. He vouches for it. So you know, he said you haven't had any troubles. So my boy vouches for his DistroKid. Studio One machine is the lethal. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, I need to. Like I said, I watched their videos, and they've been talking about you know they yeah I like it. I just don't have any Apollo gear. That's the downfall. That's the thing I didn't like. Like, oh, we going back to the Pro Tools, like, cause that's what Pro Tools got going on. Like, you gotta have a iLock key in order to, and Pro Tools, um, the subscription thing they got going on, y'all. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Only the diehard Pro Tools people are using Pro Tools, but that subscription thing, that's not for me. That's really not for me. So I can't do it. But yeah. Uh, exactly. Dog politics. You know, you gave me an idea. That's what it's gonna be. Dog politics. That's exactly what we're talking about. We politicking over here. If you think about back in the day where there was no drop down menus, you had to pay for software, and software companies had to pay licenses fees because there was a patent on drop down menus. I read that before. Yeah, but that is true. That is true. I'm scrolling around these comments. Yeah, Focus says get them third party plugs ASAP. Yep, that's what you got to do when you work in Studio One. In my ears to see me. You said you're going to try Ableton. Yes, I did. I I'm bro. Yes, I am. I'm already on the dark side because I have Ableton. I did some stuff in there a couple times, and I think because I don't have to push is what made it look like I didn't really care for it. But I know I have to work with the plugin. I mean, with the software for what it's designed for. You know what I mean? And I definitely like to the full experience using the push. So I think I'm coming. I'm coming to the dark side. I like the dark side. I'm coming. I'm coming. I got partial dark side, bro, because I use Bitwig. How you like that? Because Bitwig is the same as Ableton, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like kind of, sort of, right? But you could do some of the same stuff. So I use Bitwig, and I liked Bitwig better than Ableton. Um, so that was where I was. But I like the push. I like the push. I think it's pretty sweet. I like it. So that is the reason why I think I'm going to consider doing that. I look at Studio One DAW uh, more geared towards mixing, but the king of analog gear, Universal Audio, has come back because the king of the digital DAW for mixing, because no one duplicate the origin. Um. Okay. Is the BPM the same on the machine? Yeah. The Studio One takes over when you use it as a plugin. Uh, Universal Audio has officially render Studio One in a creative DAW, not a mixing DAW, because everyone is trying to emulate UA SSL, but you would drop more for the DAW world. Rip Studio One. Hmm. Is that right? I mean, that's how you feel? I mean, but a creative DAW as in mixing, right? Like, how creative you can be as far as mixing. Are you I'm I'm music production. That's kind of I mix, right? I do mix a lot of stuff, right? But like I'm my approach is like if it was a day job opportunity to do this all day every day, like it would be music production for me. Um that's what I do now anyway, but like I get excited about music production. Um if you speak in Luna, I mean I'll probably get Luna. I don't know. Buy one of the cheap Apollo interfaces just so I can try it out. I'm gonna be honest. Ableton has a lot of pitfalls. Studio One is the goat doll minus the MIDI and stock instruments. Absolutely. See, I think what's going on here, like we've been talking for a minute. It's just really going to like fall back on workflow. That's it. Like, who are you? And what are you trying to achieve? Ableton Live is dope. They do have a lot of pitfalls because when I was working in there, it definitely was discouraging because some of the simple things that I can do in Studio One, I wasn't able to do. Like, for instance, um, working with markers or arrangers. You could do markers in Ableton Live, but like arrangers, like I love how I'm able to like take this and do stuff like this. And I could duplicate that whole section, everything. Like if I got 50 tracks, I could take that and duplicate that in a heartbeat. Just take this and hit D, and I'm boom. I'm there already. I don't have to like. But I do know in Ableton Live you can select one thing and you hit a command and it select everything like the whole region, like that whole no not the region but the whole like the selection like the like the whole area. I know it does that. But here's the thing though, like if I got some of my sections doing something like this, like if it's split up, if I want this entire section, but I don't have anything that's as long as this, right? But if I got the section, that's kind of thing. So do I take both of these and highlight them, and then hit the command, and then it highlights and take the whole thing and in that whole highlight that length, that section right there, that range, should I say? That's a better word, range. Because sometimes I know I would have my tracks to do stuff like this, where I don't need the beginning of it, and because I do that a lot. But I have to have at least one region that's gonna like come from bar 65 all the way to 73. I have to at least have one of those, and that's the only way I'm able to take this and highlight that whole section right there, and then duplicate that. See, that's the thing. My buddy was showing me that, and I was like, I don't know. But see, this here, this takes on that range. This whole arranger deal here, like I'm good. No matter what I do in here in this whole section, I can just take this and do what I got to do. Boom, just go to the top, do what I got to do. That was one of those things in Ableton Live that I didn't like. I hated it. It was terrible. I'm like, dude, how come I can't do that? But I don't know. Maybe that'll change and then later updated or something like that. But like something simple like that, I would have loved to have that. And but based on my workflow, like I work like that. Like, well, I'll take stuff and duplicate stuff like that all the time and switch, rearrange tracks, and take an intro and put it back. You gotta see me work early. I got this track going. You know what I mean? That's just kind of my workflow. Pure Vision, what's up, man? The artist only comes in 32 bit. So yeah, to the other guy that was saying that they can only see, no, they can't see 32 bit. Okay, yeah, 32 bit. Wait. Can you see that on Mac? You have to buy the 64. I'm confused. I do know that there's different versions. Like if you buy the artist, there's a 32, there's a 64. I think you was who I talked to about that. There's two different versions. You have to seek the download that works well for Mac. But plug-in based, like I don't think Macs can see 32 bit. They can only see 64. So you got to consult the page, look at the page, or whatever. Herman, yeah, you have to have UAD, and it doesn't matter which one you have. You have to have one of those Apollos, as long as it's Apollo UAD gear. Like you know, I couldn't use it because I don't own any of it. But and it don't matter which version. Like it could be the least expensive one, and you should be able to do what you got to do. Um, route contact and everything like that is I'm saying, bro. You and I know this. It is a headache, absolutely. That was one of the reasons, like that, along with the Ranger thing. I'm like, this is not working well. If you had though at least those two things on lock, I would like gave it a little bit more credit. Jimmy Studio One is way better. It's the best dog, hands down. I agree. I agree to a certain point, but again, it just depends on what you're doing. But I get you though, like, cause I'm obviously in Studio One. This channel is based on Studio One Machine, some Logic, um, you know. But I get it. Like I love it. It's just some things I just you know just wish they do better. My least favorite though is FL Studio and Ableton Live. To each its own. I can agree with that too, but again, that just depends on what you're looking for. Much love, bro. I just figured it out. Was the mixer routing out of the mixer and the machine going too many? Thanks though. Subscribe. That's what's up. That's why I couldn't figure that out. Like, cause I knew it was a user error, but I was like, wait, I don't even know how to start. I'm like, what? like, he doing something over there, but like, I need to know exactly what you were doing. But yeah, yeah, I'm grateful you figured it out. That's always a great thing. It's a celebration time when you can figure that stuff out, man. That's big ups to you, bro. Keep it 100. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Keep it 100. We got the Studio One gang in here repping the Studio One life here. Hey, man, it's like don't come in here talking that crap, bro. This Studio One all day. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what the future holds, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Studio One got up their sleeve. Hopefully they can get it right, but who knows? I don't know. Um, this was a question earlier. Have you tried FL Studio? Is it like a bot on here? No, I haven't tried FL Studio. That's the second time that question was asked, or maybe you didn't catch me when I asked it or answered it. Keyword is flow. Absolutely. I tried FL Studio, had the earliest, and still do it just not mesh well with the workflow. Said the Kai Fire was a disappointment for me. Yeah, I don't hear many people talking about that thing. That's funny you say that. I thought it was dope when they released it, but I don't hear. I don't know. I don't know. The Harrison mix bus. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Numbskull. That is the other dog I was talking about. The Harrison mix bus. When I was talking about Luna. The Harrison mix bus is the only one I feel like could kill Pro Tools, but it's not enough people using it though. So it's all about what the old heads are using right now in their studios. This is what keeps Pro Tools afloat right now, and it's kind of hard to beat them when they're in every studio. Especially they got the film editing on lock when you doing like that type of stuff because it syncs well with film post production. And man, Pro Tools got rigs and they got the big joints, man, the HD systems, and it's kind of hard to beat them at what they do over there. So, but it is what it is. Yeah, and a little bit of logic since they made that update, right? We got to slide that in there. What are the MIDI issues in Studio One that everyone talks about? I never had any issues. That problem again, that just depends on you and what you do in Studio One. But like for people like me, the type of stuff I do is like I do film scoring, right? And um just general beat making, and I'm always in here doing stuff. And is it in regards to MIDI. So the big issue with MIDI is that it doesn't always record like you need to, like with input quantize or not. When input quantize is on, when it's engaged here in Studio One, when I'm playing or just banging out a beat close to whatever the beat is or the resolution, right? It's always like far off. Like for the most part, it catches on, but then there's some instances where it's just far off. Like I was like, oh, it's get annoying. But when I do the same thing in machine, never had that problem. Unless I'm all the way off, then you know, obviously, it's gonna catch whatever. If I'm far off the from away from the beat, you know, but I never have that problem. I have that problem because I'm far off, right? But in Studio One, I could be doing the same thing and it will put my beat like if you're not exactly on point, like there's no give, if that makes sense. There's no give in Studio One when it comes to like programming that. In Logic Pro, never have that problem. Never have that problem. And people would say, "Hey, adjust your block size." That that doesn't work for me because I don't have to do that in Logic. I never have to do that in Logic. I never have to do that in Machine. Why do I have to do that in Studio One? You know what I'm saying? They say decrease your block size, make maybe like 128. Okay, but that works. It definitely works. But when it's time to get up to like 20 tracks, 30 tracks, 40 tracks, etc. Like 128 block size is not gonna work because I need more power. So I have to end up bumping my block size back up to 512 or 1028 or whatever because I need that power because now I'm in the song and I'm doing things and I need it. And that's not working for me. You know what I mean? If you decreasing your block size down that low, you're doing stuff like simple beats that don't require much resources. That's how that will work. But people like me, that's not gonna work. Um, so that's what we deal with as far as the MIDI. The MIDI doesn't quite catch. It's not. There's no give, in there. So it's like a mechanical, like a coding issue, and a lot of people have just been having that problem. But I mean, I just been dealing with it. I deal with it. I deal with it. Whatever. Um, there's someone else that agrees with me. Heavy care is only about post production plus they on the stock market. Yeah, it's believable. Say when every doll in VST make emulations of UA analog gear, there was no issue. UA turns around and make VSTs, and now a doll, they are a threat. Y'all hear that? It's over. It's over. It's sometimes with the MIDI offset semi fixed it. Not perfect, but I tried that too, bro. I tried that too. Somebody uh made that suggestion and that don't work for me either. Like I mean, it fixed the problem temporarily, but it's like, why do I have to make all these adjustments just to do something simple that Logic and Machine can do really? Because those are just music production. That's the other thing. Studio One is really not music production, so it's like they're not looking at that as an issue. That's not on their radar right now. They you know. But anyway, let's play this beat. This is what we came up with. I gotta remind y'all what happened today. Yep. We deal with us with yeah. We just deal with it. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I did. Thanks for all the questions and suggestions and even some of the support questions. I had fun trying to help you guys. If I wasn't helpful, forgive me. I do the best I can. But most of all, those of you guys that figured it out, that's big ups to you guys that figured it out. I'm gonna end it right here. All right, guys. So that's Studio One Maschine. Appreciate the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I see the thumbs up still coming in. Just keep it pounding and keep it there. Appreciate it. Once again, this is Ella from Creative Sound. Hey, you guys, remember music is art. You the artist, paint your picture. What do you think about Scalar 2? Scalar 2 is pretty dope. I like Scalar 2. It's just computer hog. Captain Chords is better than Scalar from what I watched so far. I mean, yeah, they all do the same thing. Yeah. But all right, I'm out of here, guys. Let's see if I can play the track again. Yeah.